Hey Ellie. So you recently hit the 2 month mark, and the first month as a father is usually the biggest adjustment period. Um, Even though I've gone through this 3 times with your brother and your sister, um, the first month is always a big adjustment period, no matter how many times you've done it. And the first thing that a new dad can expect is, yeah, sleep deprivation is real. It's pretty obvious. I think every upcoming dad knows that babies don't sleep throughout the night. But when you're in the when you're in the thick of it at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m., and the baby's crying, and you don't really know when they're going to be waking up next, it can keep you on edge, and it can disturb your whole night, right? As expected. I think the difficult thing for me was when I first had Theo. I kind of expected to keep my same schedule, like stay up a little later, wake up a little later, and I used you waking me up throughout the middle of the night almost as an inconvenience and not as he needs me or she needs me. And I obviously had to change that mindset real quick. So, if I could go back, if you're a new dad out there, I would sleep early. I would try to sleep when your baby sleeps, whether that's 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Just try to maximize the window of when you can sleep, because the first session in the evening for a baby is usually when they sleep the longest. So you usually want to take advantage of that and sleep early, so that you're gonna wake up. You're not gonna get deep sleep, but at least try to maximize that window, right? Because the babies are gonna be up early regardless. I mean, you're not going to be able to stay or sleep in until 10 a.m. like you normally do. Uh, Another thing with sleep is you're gonna get bad sleep, but you can still take care of yourself, right? Don't let other parts of your life go to the wayside. Eat well, exercise well. Those things will help your sleep, right? They'll help you get into deeper sleep. And, don't let, I know it's hard. I know you're feeling like, you know, why did I do this? But you can still try to take care of your body, right? Not everything's going to be perfect in life, but control what you can control, right? You can eat well, you can exercise, you can try to sleep early. And, yeah, you can also try to sneak in some naps during the day. Today's Saturday, so when you take a nap, I'm gonna try to sneak one in as well. Those things all add up, right? They help give a nice separation in the day, and um, yeah, don't underestimate the power of a good nap. And then number two, when you're a new dad, first time dad, you can definitely feel useless sometimes. You can read all the books in the world, listen to all the podcasts in the world, but every child is different, so every circumstance is different. And when I first had your brother Theo, it's back in 2020, and yeah, 2020, what a time, right? And yeah, it was just a huge adjustment period. We were obviously stuck indoors, and I didn't know how to do much. Anytime he was crying, I would give him back to your mom, or I would avoid the situation. Remember, I took up gardening in the that summer just because I wanted to get away and be in the backyard, and find any excuse not to confront my fear of raising a child. And so I eventually got over that. I eventually, you pick one thing that maybe gets you some momentum, and then you can build some confidence as a dad. So for me, during that year of 2020, the only thing we can do is go outside, right? Couldn't go anywhere. So I took Theo for a walk, many walks, and fortunately enough, he was born in the summer. So I take him out for a walk. He would clear my head. I get some exercise. I'd help him differentiate day from night, and that would make the nighttime sleeps a lot easier as well. But took him out for a walk and gave your mom a bit of a break, gave her some quiet time. And then, Theo always slept in the stroller, right? So most babies do sleep in the stroller, but when you're a new dad, you don't really know that, right? So you assume that's a win, right? You're able to get him outside, quiet him down. It's quiet for you, it's quiet for him. And then you slowly build confidence, right, as a dad. And then you start doing more diaper changes. And then, when your mom's, he was quite a gassy baby as well. So when your mom fed him at night, I would hold him up for half hour, right? So, you find pockets of where you can help out as a dad, and then you slowly build confidence. You slowly research things piece by piece. You hold, certain positions to hold him in to help his gas. Learn how to change a blowout diaper. Yeah, you learn how to interact with a baby. Yeah, you learn what their coos mean. So it's really just that first step. You definitely feel useless, but the thing is, it's actually a mistake not to make mistakes, right? So make those mistakes. Go in, try everything. Every new dad is in the exact same circumstance I was in, and thing is, every day is a new day, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. And last but not least, one thing you can expect in the first month is you and your spouse will fight, right? That's almost a given, because it's a big change for both of you guys. As much as it is a big change for the dad, it's probably, or not probably, it's 100% a big change for your mom. Um, if you're a new dad out there, your mom, your spouse just had a baby. She's taking care of most of the night feeds. She's spending almost all her time with the baby. Her body's still recovering. These are things I took for granted as a first-time dad. I thought I was the one that was being inconvenienced, and although I was, not an inconvenience, just part of life, right? Your mom was the one that was going through a lot of the adjustment period, right? So, and we fought because I would say, hey, we would keep score, right? And that's not one way to go through. Oh, the lullaby came on here. Let me just turn it off. Yeah, so as I was saying, me and your mom were keeping score on who was doing what, and that wasn't healthy, right? We were spending a lot of our energy holding grudges, and as a couple now with someone to take care of, wasting your energy on grudges is the last thing you should do, right? You're already low on energy as it is, so stop keeping score. Stop holding any grudges. If you see something that needs to be done, just do it, right? Whether it's the dishes, emptying out the diaper pail, holding the baby while she showers. Just don't think of it like equal distribution of work, right? Because that'll just make you resentful, right? Just know that your team, there's gonna be moments where your wife is doing most of the work, and there's gonna be moments where you're doing most of the work. But just if you see something that needs to get done, don't sit on it, just do it. Try to say, hey, I did this before I changed the last diaper, you gotta change the next one. Just do it, right? Because as a dad, you're already low on energy. Don't try to make the situation worse. Yeah. She went through a lot. Your wife goes through a lot, and she delivered the baby, which was the biggest part, right? The hardest part. So have a little grace on her. Hopefully, she has a little grace on you. Make things easy, and just get over it, right? You will fight. It's inevitable. It's such a big change in both of your lives that it's gonna happen. Just try to have a short memory and just move forward the next day. because holding grudges just build and build and build until it reaches a point where, yeah, probably isn't the healthiest moment. So, and don't underestimate the power of a hug, right? Giving your spouse a hug and just saying, "I get it. This is so hard." Accepting that it's hard, that helps. I remember there are times where, baby's crying in the car and we're in the front of the car. We thought getting in a car, would help baby sleep, and baby was just crying, and we would just look at each other and just laugh and just hold each other's hand and just say, "Hey, wow, this is so hard." But we're both going through it, right? So just know that, there's going to be a point in time where all the kids are moved out and it's just you two, right? So try to enjoy the good too, right? Because there's the inconvenience, but there's also the good, right? And yeah, those are 3 things you can expect as a first-time dad. And throughout all of that, there's magical moments too, right? Like the one right here where you're relatively quiet, you're about to fall into a deep sleep, you're listening to what I'm saying, you're cooing, you're smiling, giving me good eye contact, and sometimes you grip my finger, and so those are the magical moments, right? That if you let all the bad occupy your mind, you kind of lose sight of, right? Because rarely do you get a time where the baby's gripping your finger just like this, right? It's a really special moment, and when you're older, Ellie, hopefully you can watch this, and I'll remember this, but hope you remember how special this was for me, and because I get to do 2 things, right? I get to spend time with you, talk to you about something you don't understand, but hopefully it helps a new dad out there, right? So, new dads out there, just hang in there, okay? It gets better, and they eventually fall asleep, just like this one.